And we are live. Yo, what's good, everybody? I am Brad. I'm joined as always by my homie Jack. We are the Nerds in My Podcast. And today we have a very special guest returning for his second time, baby.
Mhm.
Yo, the Canadian homie, Greasy Dan. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Dude, the last time I was on this podcast, it was still called Call of Duty Zombies Talk. I'm super excited to
Wow.
be
It's
here again,
been a
man.
minute.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
It's like, dude, and like literally, I remember I tell people like that all the time, because I have a lot of people now who love the pod, and like they literally said, like, yeah, like the whole idea is cool, but it's like it's way more fun going to like all these different canals, like everything's up for grabs to talk about,
Yeah,
versus before when it was just COD. It's like, okay, this is cool. You're talking about a video game, but it's like eventually it starts to get a little stale. You know what I'm saying?
for real.
Like you can't talk about the exact same thing all over again.
Yeah, you put yourself in a box.
Exactly. You just kind of like put yourself in an area where it's like there's nothing else to talk about but this. Um, but yo, let's get this started this way. Since literally last time you came out here, it was Call of Duty Zombies talk. Let me ask this, bro. Do a whole different topic conversation. What kind of what's your favorite like genre of entertainment? Like sports, music, film, video games. What's your favorite genre of entertainment, Dan?
It's really close for me, but number one would definitely be music for me.
Music. Okay.
Yeah, huge music head. And very close second is video games as an art
Okay.
form. I
Hey,
definitely
let's
think
go.
video games are a form of art, and the ones I love very dearly.
Hell yeah. Like you're a big what do you speed run right now? You speed run
Metal Gear Solid, yeah.
Metal Gear, yeah. I I will say this. I have people I was when I was doing this afternoon, I was doing a thing that would really piss a lot of people off. I was doing a video game console tier list. And the amount of people that literally like the amount of people that just wrote F in my chat when I did that was so fucking funny. It was incredible.
Not gonna
Like
lie, your zombie map tier list was a little hard to get through. No, I'm
let's go.
kidding.
You were so mad about Ascension. You were so pissed about that.
I was a little touched. I'm not gonna lie.
Because you were like, yo, it has to be at least S. And I was like, wait, what?
I mean, Ascension is a vibe. I mean, like I feel
That's
that.
exactly it, bro.
Yeah.
The vibes, the aesthetics, man. That's where it
The
is.
vibe and the aesthetics. I mean, we had an interesting conversation. We were like, yo, would it be higher if there were no monkeys? But it's like, since the map is already pretty easy, I feel like if there was no monkeys, it would be like the most like just such a walk in the park with no monkeys.
Yeah, I actually
If you
do
had none of that
agree
on that map.
with what you say about like the map's easy, and definitely removing monkeys would make it way too easy.
Way too easy. Because
That's
like really
what I
all you
like
need
about
is
Ascension.
exactly. All you need is Jug and a Thunder Gun, and then it's like my non-existent 9-year-old cousin can get to round 50 on it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
much.
So it's like once
You
you
can
have
just
that,
chill, right?
exactly. It's
That's so
definitely
cool.
very chill. It's like the whole map is so big. It's just like there's so many areas to run around and do whatever the hell you want to. Like it's just a whole different kind of thing. But okay, since you like music, what are your top 3 favorite genres of music then? Let's throw that out there.
Well, thank you for giving me 3 spots, because if you asked me to
Okay.
pick just one, we'd be here all night.
For the next
Um,
like it would be like, "Oh my god, what century is it?" Like,
yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
like I'd just be sitting here pondering, not a word. For me, hip hop is definitely
Okay.
number one. Big
Love
hip
hip
hop
hop.
head, always have been. Um, and then I would definitely say punk rock, big punk
Okay.
rock guy. A lot of like classic punk too, that really grungy shit.
Mhm.
And then number three would be, I guess, like more electronic music, like drum and
Okay.
bass and stuff like that. Jungle, if you've ever heard of that, it's a weird subgenre of like cool
I don't think I
electronically
have.
made
I'm a little
music.
unfamiliar with that.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. You just have to listen. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll link you some jungle shit. Maybe you
Yo,
check
maybe
it
you
out.
might just turn me on to a whole different genre, bro. Maybe you just imparted wisdom to my bitch ass.
Yeah, man. But I literally listen to everything too. I also listen to like reggae, like heavy, like deathcore metal,
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
Just love music.
I mean I would okay, I completely agree. Hip hop is definitely it's for me it's really close. Here's my top 3 is hip hop. I also love R&B. I'm a huge R&B
Mm,
fan. And then probably I would say the same thing as like metal, like rock stuff like that. Like I'm a huge Metallica fan. Obviously you
yeah,
can tell
see
on my
right
shirt.
on, yeah.
Yeah, Metallica, huge Green Day fan. Um Yeah, you know, I think I like this band because my dad likes this band. Is Black Sabbath, like, you know, some just OG
Yeah.
metal
Yeah.
rock. Yeah, bro.
Paranoid, man. Black Sabbath's
Oh,
Paranoid.
that
One of
album
my
is so
favorite
lit.
records.
That album's so lit.
Oh, good
That had
stuff, man.
that had Iron Man on it, right? It had Iron Man.
Yep.
That had the song Paranoid.
Yeah. War
Like
Pigs.
War Pigs. Yeah, all three of those are just like OG goated classics. Like, it's
Yeah, man.
incredible. Okay, you know, I want to ask this. So, like, what are your, so since hip hop is probably, since you said hip hop first, I'm assuming when people ask you what your favorite genre of music is, that probably is the first one you think of is hip hop, right?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. So so then let me ask this, who are your top 3 favorite hip hop artists of all time?
Oh man, that's
We're getting down to the real nitty gritty this episode, baby.
thank you again for giving me 3 spots because people
Okay.
ask these kind of questions and they're like, which one is your
Right.
favorite? And I'm like, I can't. You want me to
It's
single
just
one out?
so many to name, bro. It's so many.
Unfair to all the other
We
ones, right?
pissed a lot of people off last episode. Well, not last episode, but 2 episodes ago. And yo, by the way, Jack, I feel you with the corona. But yeah, we literally pissed a lot of people off because like I asked like, yo, what's the best rapper of all time? And literally the first thing Jack said, he's like, yo, this is gonna start so much fucking heat.
I remember that, dude.
I mean, it's true. People are very, you know, emotional about what they care about. So
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, top 3 hip hop artists. What would you say, bro?
Definitely have to say a Tribe Called Quest. You guys ever heard of them?
Oh, I've never listened to it, but I have heard
yeah,
them, of
dude. Tribe
course.
Called Quest. Oh, dude.
Gotta be Tribe.
The Tribe is lit.
And then Suicide Boys as well.
Nice.
Suicide Boys. Okay. And then who's
And
that last spot? Who gets that last spot?
Oh my god, fellas, I think we might be here all night. I don't know
Might
who
be here
I
all
should
night.
give it to. Eminem.
Okay. Yeah.
I
mean,
gotta
like,
include M because he's like,
yeah.
look at the charts, man. Like,
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you know what's funny is like, I always say this. I know this is gonna piss off so many of our listeners, but hey, you know what? Since YouTube is already hitting the dislike button, I don't care. I'm gonna say this dude literally. People compare like, oh, like Lil Wayne is like so much better than Eminem, but like I always think about it like this, like. Getting a Grammy is kind of the equivalent as like winning like a sports championship, right? It's kind of like the same thing. Like you were the best that year, right? So it's like
yeah,
Eminem has 15 Grammys, aka he has 15 championships versus Wayne's 4. So it's like if we're talking stat and number wise, then it's like there's not even really a contest.
yeah, exactly.
You know
And
what I
other
mean?
than that, it's purely subjective on what
Like
each
don't get me wrong,
individual likes listening to.
right. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Wheezy. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Of course.
Like, Wheezy is the shit. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I mean, also like, you know, a white dude from Michigan, Grand Rapids, like that's just like that's just in my blood. You know what I mean? To love
Yeah.
Eminem. So
For real.
yeah, he's in there. And then my top 3 is Eminem, Wayne, and then like mine has to be Drake, bro. I've always just been a huge Drizzy fan. That dude is like
Man. Gotta
to be
represent,
able to-
man, Canada.
hell yeah. Shout out Canada, baby. But dude, the fact that like just being able to rap and sing, like having both of those kind of things so like well is just like it's just like nothing like it. There's literally nothing like it.
Jack, what's your top 3? Spill the tea.
I mean, what like top 3
Hip-hop.
hip hop artists? Oh, dude. I mean, like Tyler the Creator. I mean, that's just like because like at a certain point I was like obsessed like with like I was like Odd Future and all that shit, and I think generally, and now I haven't listened to him in a while, but like his older shit is just, it goes hard. Like it is just like another level, like Goblin, like fucking Bastard, like
Man, love that record.
I fucking Hate You But I Love You, that one, like all, dude, like literally like most of it, even like up to like I've only listened up to Igor, but like all that shit like slaps, like and then damn, I don't know, two I would probably say Cudi. Yeah, Cudi would be
Kid Cudi.
there. Yeah, Kid Cudi. Cause like again, I love Kid Cudi. I've always like he's just someone that's just like even when he changes up his vibe, like I just fuck with it. Like I just fuck with whatever he does.
Right.
And then damn, number 1. I don't know, bro. Like,
It's not really like an order. It's just like who's the
yeah,
three.
yeah.
You
Well,
most.
okay, at least just top
Yeah.
three. Yeah. I mean, okay. So then I guess, I mean, dude, I also didn't like think about this last time we talked about this. Like Kendrick Lamar, bro. I really fuck with
I
Kendrick
love
Lamar.
Love
And
Kendrick.
like,
Fucking
dude,
Kendrick.
when I was a kid, bro, he was like fucking Section 80, I believe it was. It was, dude, that album was like, I grew up on that shit, and then like he just kept
88.
going, kept like making greater and better shit, you know. And like he still even made, like, he made a new album this year. Like I've only listened to it like once over, but I need to like give it another listen. But yeah, dude, he just still is like lyrically very talented and just like knows how to fucking
Yeah.
like craft a song.
No, I completely agree. But I mean, I know me and Dan had this conversation as well. We were talking about like, we were talking about hip hop artists. Then he mentions like, yo, Kendrick. How do you feel about Kendrick, Brad? I was like, yo, I love him. I was like, yo, him and J. Cole. I probably would say I might go Kendrick just ever so slightly, but they are right there. They're comparable artists. They are right there as far as
No,
rap.
J.
No
Cole is
doubt.
definitely up there too. J. Cole, like, he also, I think he like is just like he was like a pretty good producer as well, as far as I know. I don't know if I'm getting like my information mixed up, but like he like made his own shit like when he started off, like literally like created his own sound, and then from there, like, yeah, just like his lyrics, let alone like he can actually kind of sing, like, yeah, I don't know. He's just also a vibe. Like he just is really good.
Dude, Dan, I want to ask you a question, bro. We look because like we talk about like also like things that are going on in the world right now on this pod as well, and I want to ask you this, man, because like it's kind of wild that like right now like the president of the United States, Joe Biden, is like talked about less than someone like Elon Musk is, right? And like I'm not gonna lie, I saw this the other day. Elon has this idea to literally like you know how literally like when if you can go on your phone and like look up like, I don't know, a recipe for fucking cookies or something, right? And you can
Right.
just look it on your phone and you just start making it. He wants to have it where it's like the power of your phone is implemented inside your brain. So it's like literally if you want to think of a cookie recipe, you just think of it, you just think like, "Oh, I love a cookie recipe," and it's already inside your brain and you can already make it right there. Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. How do you feel about that? Like, I feel like that's just like people becoming less and less like human. Like,
That's a horrible idea.
I
And
don't know about that, bro.
it's scary
Honestly.
to see. Me and Jack, we talk about Cyberpunk a lot because we're big fans. And in that game, like they have all these like cybernetic modifications, right? But in the game's lore, like they say that like the older like original versions of cyberware that came out would like get infected and stuff like that in your body
Okay.
because it was like primitive hardware.
Right.
So with that kind of stuff that they're talking about, like, oh, put like an implant in your body to with this like
Yeah.
machine. Like my advice is like don't be the test group for that, people.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't be the first guy to get it, you know?
I mean, dude, it's just so weird. It's like it's almost like we're trying to have people become like AIs or something. Like,
Well, yeah,
what are we
exactly.
what are we doing here, man?
No, that's corny. I don't like that.
Like, like, and how like literally he has idea. It's like, oh, we should literally like because we're getting so populated on Earth that we have so many planets. Like he wants to fly us to Mars and shit like that. And like one of my friends was like, yo, how are we gonna end up breathing on Mars though? And like literally he wants to build like a giant ass fucking dome around it to literally be able for us to breathe in there and then just literally rebuild all of civilization. But it's like, dude, apparently literally the flight to Mars is like 7 months. 7 Earth months to get to Mars. That's insane.
Wow. I'm actually surprised that it's only that long because space travel does take like a
Yeah, right?
significant amount of
Yeah, yeah.
time,
I
right?
mean like literally it's I think they said Mars is like 400 million miles away.
Yeah,
And
sounds about right.
dude, someone literally, I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson. He broke this down in such a way that literally this was like a mind fucking and a half. He broke it down in a way where it's like if you go like the Mars rover took like a screenshot from Mars like the on Mars like surface, and it was like a picture of Earth, and it's like just crazy. He's literally said like, look at this tiny little speck in a sunbeam. Like that's us. That's everyone we've ever known in all of our lives is that fucking small. Like
Yep.
when you think about all the fucking like different things, like dude, that's what literally like I get on this topic so many times because I love sci-fi and science stuff. It's like people who literally say they're like, oh well, it's like we're probably the only living like thing in the whole universe. It's like,
No.
no, we're not. Bullshit.
Here's the thing, man. People always talk about like map sizes in video games, right? How about the map size IRL? That's
Yes,
It's a lot, man. Apparently, the universe is constantly expanding. That's a science thing I heard once. Like
constantly.
it's
Yeah.
still, yeah,
No, that's
it's
a fact.
still going, man. Like new
Well,
stars and shit, I
It's
guess.
infinite.
Yeah.
100%, yeah. Like, I mean, dude, it's not. We're not playing fucking like Mario or Pac-Man, where we're just gonna like hit the edge of the screen. Like, that wouldn't even make any sense at all. Like, dude, you think about it, like literally, and it's hard for like people to process. Like, when we think about how big infinity is, it's not like, homie, it's impossible to even put in your head. Like, the infinite universes. Like, not only that, they think that inside every single galaxy is a supermassive black hole. And inside that black hole could maybe be another universe with hundreds of billions of galaxies, with hundreds of billions of black holes. Inside each one of those, hundreds of billions of galaxies, hundreds of billions of black holes, that it's fractal. And that it's like, it's impossible for your brain to even conceive how much infinity is. Like, it's so
Yeah.
fucking bizarre.
It's wild stuff, bro. Seriously.
It's like if humanity lives forever and we never die, that means there's still parts of the universe we'll never see in an infinite amount of time. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so crazy. I think. Okay, let me ask this, dude. So it's like, Dan, assuming I can get you on a flight today, would you go to space? Not another planet, just to space. Would you go? Yeah, Jack, just chugging back that beer, bro. You love it.
Legend. Um, today, right now,
Yeah, assuming I can get you on a flight right now, would you go up to space?
if it has to be now and I didn't have any time to prepare, no. I'm not going to space on a whim. That's something you plan
Okay.
like weeks in
No, I
advance.
completely. I agree. Let me say, like, okay, you have like a month to get your affairs in order.
Okay, yeah. So I got time to get everything ready.
And would you do it?
Dude, I don't know. I
It's
I feel
tough,
like
right?
I feel like it'd be too scary. Like I'm not even gonna cap. Like I think I'd just be like scared and really anxious about the whole thing. No, honestly.
No, it's terrifying. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think about it like it's like I always compare, it's like literally going into space is almost the same as like going on a boat and then going so far in the ocean that you see no land around you and then just jumping into the middle of the ocean. That's kind of what it's like,
Yeah.
you know? It's like literally, instead of like the idea that you might run out of food or oxygen, you could still run out of oxygen, but you could also literally get eaten by a shark.
Well, dude, here's the thing. Like you're driving a car
Yes,
and your car breaks down, something's wrong with the car. You get out of the car and you fix it. If
right.
you're in a spaceship in space and something goes wrong with the spaceship,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Nothing. You can't do nothing. There's nothing that your bitch ass can do, man.
No, man. Seriously.
I'm not gonna lie, like one of my friends at work broke that down for me. He was like literally like, "Oh, well, if you literally like look at it now, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pussy when it comes to the ocean. So that kind of shit just freaks me out. Like I could never understand how someone could just like go and just scuba dive right in the middle where they see no land around them. That shit just freaks me out. Just because of all the stuff that we know in the ocean. And like, dude, like, but someone broke it down for me. It's like if you were doing that when you were like 5 and you did it your whole entire life, you were just molded into that. So I guess that kind of makes sense. But it's like,
Yeah.
like doing it now, bro. I would be like, bro, fuck no. I don't even know. I wonder you if you were gonna pay me, it'd have to be a lot of money for you to pay me to do that shit.
Yeah. I actually, now that I think about it, I haven't swam, like gotten in the water and swam for like many years, dude. Cause
Right.
like, I don't know. I like having my feet on the earth. Like I went on a camping trip sometime like last year and everyone was like, "Oh, get in the water, swim, come on, this is so
Right.
nice." And I was like, "No." I like dipped my feet in the water and I was like, "Ooh, that's some nice water," but I didn't like jump in, dude.
I mean, no, I feel you. I mean, like, I will say if I'm gonna go swimming, I definitely prefer a pool more than
Yes, I would go swimming at a pool. I
yeah,
would.
100%. Not in those like fucking public pools. I'm not doing that shit. Cause you know all those kids in there be pissing all over the pool, bro. I ain't
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that. But like if we have like our own personal pool, oh, I'd be swimming that shit every single fucking day.
Yeah, dude.
Every
Yeah.
fucking day I'd be doing that. Like, and dude, isn't it crazy to think like, yo, Jack, you too, mate. Isn't it crazy to think, bro? We don't fully know everything in our ocean. Like,
Yeah.
homie, there could be like a fucking megalodon at the bottom of the ocean that we have no fucking idea about.
Isn't it
Like
like 90 something % of the ocean floor is
95% unexplored.
Yeah. I mean,
5.
yeah. I mean, there could be. That would be pretty crazy.
What
I
is
would hope
down
not.
Did you guys hear there was a story? This might have been like a year or two ago now, but like some underwater explorers like found this cave, and I guess somehow they figured out that this underwater cave had been like sealed off for hundreds of thousands of years. And so they opened it up and there was like some creatures in there, I guess.
No
I
Really?
don't
shit.
know. I can't remember how long ago this was. I don't know if
I
they
mean,
actually like found anything in there, but the fact that they opened up that really old cave, people were like, "Yo,
Right.
that
don't
sounds
do
like
that."
what's it called? Journey to the Center of the Earth. I think what that is, that the movie? I don't know. They like find like a world in the center of the earth, like exactly what you described. Like it's a little pocket they
Yeah.
open up. But yeah, no, that'd be
Wow.
crazy. I mean, if that's
Oh,
true, damn.
oh, look, something that's been sealed away for hundreds of thousands of years.
Oh God, yeah, no, that's not fun.
So you said that it was an underwater cave, right?
Yeah, it was like it was this cave underwater that I don't know how they
Dude,
figured that out, but scientists can do anything, man.
bro, that shit blows my mind. And it's like you think about it, man. Like I watched that. I've seen that fucking movie. Because I kind of fuck with shark movies. I saw that one shark movie, the Megalodon, and the Meg, I guess it's called. And like, dude, you know what's funny? Like how it starts is like spoilers, anybody listening, man. But like, it was like literally they go on a submarine and they finally have enough technology because it's like when you go underwater so much, the pressure like can destroy your submarine, right? So and it's like 11,000 pounds of fucking pressure. So it's like but no, they literally build a submarine that's strong enough, and they go down to the bottom of the deepest part of the ocean, and it's down in a trench. And like since no one's been down that deep, they literally apparently it was no floor. It was literally like some mist that you can actually go through, and at the bottom there actually was somehow deeper, and there was all this like life forms that no one had ever seen in all of their lives. So it's like, dude, I wonder if what if that actually could literally be a thing? What if like down there you could actually go through the floor of the ocean and there's all this like species that are totally unaware of all scientists.
I mean, I don't know, like if they're friendly, yeah, but I would hope if they're not, like, no,
Shit,
thank
bro.
you. I would hope that would not exist.
Yeah, if it lives at the bottom of the ocean, it's probably not that nice.
No, definitely not. Like, bro, most fish are like terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I think it's like what was that one fucking like fish from like Finding Nemo that lives way down at the darkest part of the ocean, and it
Yeah,
literally has
dude.
like its giant fucking like sharp teeth and giant mouth and shit. Like,
What are those called, man?
They
I
got
know
the
it has
light.
a light on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light guy, yeah.
What's it
I
called,
can't
Jack?
remember what they're called.
I don't know. I just know it's got a
I
light.
thought you said the name. My bad.
No.
Wait.
I have no idea what it's called, but yeah, that fish is terrifying.
I mean, that's a
Um,
real thing though. I mean, because like it at a certain point there is no like light that gets down to that like
Right.
level, so they literally lure fish in with their light. It's like, yeah.
It's an anglerfish, by the way.
Ooh.
Anglerfish, yes. Yeah, cause like I think they call it like I literally saw a video where it's called like the what the fuck was it? It was titled the ocean is way deeper than you think. So it's like literally by 1,000 meters down. They call it the scary zone, where so it's like light from the surface can no longer reach beyond that point. So the rest of the ocean below is totally pitch black. And
Yeah.
that's just fuck you. Not only can you not breathe under that motherfucker, but you also literally can't see under that motherfucker.
Right.
Dude, this shit's just it's insane, bro. The world is a scary and wild place. It really is.
No, seriously, dude.
You did. Let me ask this, bro. So it's like, if you love movie music and video games, like, do you have a? Okay, I'll give you another like 3. What's your 3 favorite video games ever?
This time I'm gonna say, God damn it, you're only giving me 3. That's
Oh man, should have given more. I should have given more like 80.
What about 5? Top 5. Top 5
Okay,
is
no,
always a
I'll
good
do
one.
3. I'll do 3.
Oh,
I'll do
okay.
3.
Okay.
Hmm.
Na
Dark
na
Souls.
na.
Yeah. Dark Souls, the original one,
Okay.
was definitely one.
Okay.
I really like the combat. I don't know if it was the first game to do that like style of combat. You could maybe even argue that Ocarina of Time first started that like lock-on combat kind of deal.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like they did. No, I mean, I feel like in history, I feel like no, did they not? Did some other game invent that or?
I have no idea. But I just love that combat system
Yeah.
and the aesthetics of
Yeah.
Dark Souls, the creepy vibes and all that.
For me, I'm just like agreeing. So it seems like I know what you're talking about, but I never
Yeah.
played it. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's really challenging too, which is what it's notorious for. So it's I don't know.
Okay.
You get that little serotonin boost when you beat hard boss battle. Sorry.
Right.
The other one I would say the number 2 spot. I'd actually have to say Cyberpunk 2077. I can't.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Cyberpunk. Jack knows what I'm talking about, man. It's just like it's everything I've ever wanted out of an RPG.
Yep.
That's how it feels to me.
Same.
Yeah, like that's all I can say about that. And the number 3 spot, hard to pick, but I think I can't name my top 3 without saying Counter-Strike, Global Offensive in particular.
Okay.
I've poured a
Nice.
ton of hours into that. Literally even like aim training for like hours just to try and get like my skills up.
Right.
Learning like grenade lineups on maps that we frequent for like well-placed smoke grenades and stuff. Like literally I put in the time and I love playing. And they're actually dropping the new Counter-Strike this summer.
I was gonna ask if you're gonna play that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My original plan was I was gonna have a hot boy summer. I was gonna get out there and be single and ready to mingle. Like, not legit. This was my plan. And then they announced CS2, and I was like, well, staying
That's
inside all
good.
summer.
CS2 summer.
Literally, CS2 summer. Man. Can't wait.
All right. I mean, a lot of our people who listen are gamers, so I'm sure people will appreciate that list for sure. I'm sure they
Honorable
definitely will.
mentions: Call of Duty Zombies.
Do you have is it BO1 for you?
Yeah, it would be BO1.
BO1, yeah. Yep.
I haven't played a lot of the newer ones. Nostalgia goggles too, so I'd definitely say BO1.
Right. Dude, it's kind of funny, like pretty much low key every single I almost feel like for COD, like if you only like the OG CODs, I almost feel like that's not even like a boomer take. It's just like the right choice to make. Like when was the last time you heard literally someone say like, "Oh yeah, Vanguard is my favorite COD ever made." Like, you know what I mean?
Literally.
I'm
never.
sure some
Maybe
14-year-olds, you know, or yeah. I mean,
Like, dude,
ironically, yeah, but
what was like, dude? I think like the first month, they finally added the pause button to their game.
They didn't have the pause button?
No, that was like the biggest thing ever. Literally, people. I know, yeah, exactly. The people literally added. People were so mad about that. They were roasting the shit out of Treyarch because they were like, "Yo, Cold War was not the best, but we respect it. We respect the attempt. It is what it is." But they were like, "Yo, if you can't pause your fucking game in a solo match on anything, that is a red flag." And like, yo, there literally was a thing, and I watched videos. People were proving it all over where there was actual proof of if you played a solo match of zombies, it was after 2 minutes. If you didn't touch your controller for 2 minutes, you would actually get kicked from your own solo game. Your own solo. We're not talking about multiplayer. We're not talking about some random shit like that. We're talking about actual solo game offline on zombies. You would get kicked from your own solo game.
That's just disgusting. That's something that should not happen.
And we didn't that shit didn't get fixed for 4 months.
Jesus Christ, what?
This is why I stopped playing Call of Duty in 2012. The last Call of Duty I purchased and played extensively was Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yeah, it's in my opinion that's the GOAT. I love Black Ops 2, bro.
You know what? I dropped Call of Duty, and then Ghosts came out, so I was like, "Ooh,
Well, you know, I will say, man, that's probably the first COD that people really disliked a lot.
yeah." COD was a solid franchise, but like Ghosts
Yeah.
came out, and people were like, hold on."
Dude, that's what's funny, man. I remember like hearing that about like that's funny because it's like that's like Halo too, bro. Like literally, I played Halo Reach, and that Halo was a lot of fun. But it's like I feel like after Halo 5, people hated Halo 5 so much that it's like I never heard anybody say like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go play Halo." Like, no offense to any Halo lovers, bro. It's a great game, but it just seems like no one wants to play that. I never hear anyone
I
talk
mean,
about that game anymore.
no, I mean Halo lovers will probably agree with you because they like hate the way that it's gone or like whatever. I think a new company bought them or something, so they basically have just like taken it and just like shat on the whole like memory of Halo. And yeah,
Right.
I got a friend who's like super into Halo, like he reads the books and shit and like he even
Really?
he hated the show, but he still watched it. Like he's like one of those fans like, and he was still like, yeah, no, these guys are just shitting on like my childhood basically. And I was like, damn, that sucks.
Right.
Yeah, it was Bungie originally that developed
Hmm.
Halo, but then they went on to work on Destiny actually,
Yep.
and now it's a different studio that does Halo, and yeah, they kind of, I guess they took it in a
343
not good direction.
games. That's what that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Dude, you know what else? I never hear anybody talk about Battlefield anymore either, bro.
I mean, dude, like you think that Vanguard was bad? I'm pretty sure like whatever Battlefield 2048 or whatever the most recent one that came out was like even worse. Like I don't think you could
No.
use like I think it was maybe the same as Vanguard where you couldn't use like your mic in like online chat or something like that. Like you couldn't like
Wow.
you couldn't join your friends. I don't know. They basically had a bunch of like a shit ton of problems like off launch. Or they didn't
See,
even
like,
I don't know if it was problems or if they didn't even implement things. Like they didn't even include things. They were just
right.
like, yeah, no, we don't need game chat, bro. People just use party chat or something. I don't know.
That's just so stupid, man. Like that's the thing. Like, if you went through like an error and you have to just like update it, that'd be one thing. But it's like, dude, the fact that that wasn't released on launch, there is no fucking excuse. There is nothing. That is a thing that people use constantly. Whether it's like you trying to hang out with friends or some 12-year-old with a fucking $10 Walmart earpiece is trying to like talk shit to you. Like having game chat with your mic in the lobby is a requirement.
I
Like,
literally met one of my dearest friends. I met him in fucking a CS:GO match. We talked
yeah,
over the mic, and now we're friends. Like almost 2 years later.
straight up. Like,
And
yo, I
like
think about this, bro. Like, social media is a thing. I would have never met Jack in without Twitch, bro. Like,
yeah.
if I didn't search up Twitch on Call of Duty, I would have never found this dude. We would have never become friends, and never would have had a fucking Nerds in My podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, true. I mean, also, CS:GO is a fucking almost like 20-year-old game, and the fact that fucking this most recent Battlefield didn't have whatever mic chat, like that's also another thing. Like, bro, like what the fuck, like that, dude, that's like, how do you not do that? Like, how do you not like implement things like that in your? I don't know. Sorry, I
It's a
didn't mean
very basic feature.
to.
Yes.
It's like a
To
game.
go from not having it in the previous entry, or no, sorry, to go from having it in the previous entry to not having it in the most recent one just makes no sense. You're
Right.
downgrading.
It's like
Why
I
would you
think they had it in
downgrade?
all of them. They literally like I don't know why, you know.
Voice chat, man. It's like the most basic shit.
Yeah. All you do is plug in a mic and talk to people. That's all
This
you
is
do.
so simple.
That's literally.
Been doing this for years, man. Like,
Well, do you wonder if that was like the companies like pushing the games out before they're ready, or it was like,
Yes.
oh, yeah, okay, so or do you think the devs are just like, nah, this is good, just send it out there?
you
I
know,
mean, it is,
it actually could be either.
yeah,
honestly.
it's EA, so they also are just like trying to get as much money as they can really quickly, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, hearing that EA Sports it's in the game. Oh, dude, what a throwback! Oh my gosh, what a throwback, bro! I remember literally playing all those EA games when I was like 7 years old on my fucking PS2. Like, what fucking great memories that was, man.
Fuck
I
yeah.
think I'm not gonna lie, man. When I think about the OG, like my console growing up, like the first one I ever played was a Super Nintendo. But bro, I will never forget when my dad bought me a PS2. I think I played that game literally until my eyes were fucking bleeding and they finally like got their period. But it's like, dude, before that, I was doing nothing but playing God of War, Guitar Hero, San Andreas, like
Represent my man.
Ugh,
PS2 babies, we're out here. We exist,
PS2 was the shit, man.
dude.
And it's kind of funny because it's like PS2. It's like you think about it, like it's hard to like. For example, that's why it was hard for me to rank the PS1 on a tier list because it's like the PS2 is like just so much. Is just miles and miles and miles better than the PS1. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's generation.
yeah,
It was
At
a
the time,
generational
the
leap.
PS1 was like a technical marvel
Yeah.
because I mean,
Right.
like, look at a game like Silent Hill 2. Actually, I think is a really good example. Silent Hill 2 is a really good looking game that came out in
Right.
the year 2001. Like 2 years before that was like polygon graphics. So the leap from like shitty polygon graphics to like new fancy graphics by 2001 standards anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, I've seen. I haven't played Silent Hill 2, right? I think that right. Yeah, I haven't played it, but like I've seen screenshots of it, and like the fact that like you just said, yeah, it's 2001. Like it like blew me away because it's just like I think there's like one shot of them in like a bookstore or something. The amount of textures, the amount of shadows, and it's like what the fuck? Like I was like, this shit looks like it came out in like 2000 fucking like 8 or some. I don't know, later than that.
Dude, it's so crazy to think about, man. Like this blows my mind every time I hear it. Like usually when you think about like even when you say something like the 70s and the 80s, you're like, "Oh, that was a long time ago. It was a while ago." But it's like when people say like, "Oh, this was back in like 2003." You think like, "Oh, that's not that long ago." But it's like, "Homie, it was 20 fucking years." Like,
Yeah,
god
Well,
damn.
yeah.
I was having a discussion with someone, and I don't know how it came up, but way back, you might remember there was a trend of like people dressing up as clowns, like creepy clowns, and walking around at night.
I
Way
don't remember
back
that.
in like 2016, man.
I remember that. Yeah.
And when I
I do not remember
realized
that.
that, like, I don't know about you guys, but Summer 16 was kind of when I peaked, and like that was 7 years ago, man. Summer 16
Yeah.
was 7 years ago.
7 fucking years.
Yep.
That's sinful, bro. That's
Bro, I think about it. I'm like, yo, is this what it's gonna be like when we're old as shit and like
Oh
our
my
hair is like
God.
50 Shades of Gray? Like, are we all
Yeah.
just gonna be like, yo, remember back in the day when we were kids? Like, those were the days, man.
I mean,
That
I
was the
feel,
best music.
I
Those are the
think
best TV shows. Like, that was the day. And like people now, kids in like 2050, they're gonna be like, yo, all you old guys suck ass. Like, dude, you think Drake is good? Look at this brand new rapper, little. You know what I mean?
You guys still stream on Twitch? Everyone's on Kick now, you losers.
Exactly. Like.
True.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, because I always think I would love to go check out the future, bro. I wonder what YouTube's gonna be like in like 30 years from now.
Oh God, I don't think I want to know.
I
It's like-
mean, yeah, it's been around for so long. Who would have thought that it would be as long as like? Who would have thought back? I think it was like 2006. I don't even know when it was fucking created.
5 actually.
5.
I think
okay.
yeah, 2006, yeah, 2005.
Five?
Okay, yeah.
So fucking over almost 15 years, you know, like bro, what? Like who would have thought? Like it's actually more like it has like died down at some points, but it has become like even more popular than some social media now, you know, like people get their content from YouTube, you know, news, all that shit. Like
I always have this discussion. If we count YouTube as a social media, then it is by far the most famous social media ever made, ever. Nothing even comes close. Not Instagram, not MySpace, not Facebook. Nothing even comes close, bro.
In terms of user generated content, it's gotta be number 1, right?
It has to be, bro.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's nothing that even
Yeah.
comes close. Like, but that's the only thing I had though. It's like I was like, do we consider YouTube a social media platform? Because it's like people are like, people say that it has to be social media only if you can like send personal DMs to people.
You used to be able to.
Did you really?
Yeah. Way
So,
back.
I mean, since that was an OG thing, then do we not count it now because it's not a thing anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Counts. I think it counts, Brad.
I think it has to, bro. I think it has to. At least I would say it would. Because, like, and I mean, technically, yeah, it's not a personal DM, but it's like you can still talk to people via the comment section and shit like that, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, No, yeah, bro. Like, I think, because, like, this is what I want, and I had this conversation today, too, bro. I was like, because you know how literally Disney buys, like, literally every fucking thing? Like, they have Marvel, they
Yeah.
have Star Wars, they have their own Disney franchise, they just bought, they have Adult Swim,
They
they
own
have National
Hulu.
Geographic. Like, they have everything. I'm like, bro, I wonder if we get to a point where Disney's gonna buy every single thing that is like everyone just has like Disney Plus now.
I
Now
mean,
that no other streaming service.
technically
I
the
hope so, because then every show would be on one streaming service.
yeah, I mean, it would be very convenient, but I think yeah, America wouldn't allow it. At least in America,
Think
like
so?
they don't allow monopolies. So what you're talking about is a
Yeah,
monopoly,
true.
and they don't allow like the government literally does not allow that. I think like
Okay.
AT&T at one point in the 90s or early 2000s was gonna buy up Verizon. And then they were like, nah, you can't do that. Like if you do that, like
Really? Okay.
there's literally just it would just be AT&T, and like
Right.
I think it's because they would just have so much power, and like you literally it would become fucking like Cyberpunk in a sense. You have a corporation almost like at a whim controlling everybody's phones, you know? So it's like
Yeah.
you how the fuck do you trust that? How the fuck do you know that they're not going to tax people extremely hard, because it's like, you know, so
Right.
they I think they prevent that by like making sure you don't fucking, you know, get a monopoly going and have, like you just said, like everything. But yeah,
Right.
it'd be convenient
Ooh.
as fuck.
Yeah,
Right.
Jack really came in and said, "Wait, that's illegal."
Exactly.
At
for
least in
real.
America,
He's-
I don't know how it is like elsewhere. Maybe it could like happen. I don't know. You know, somewhere else.
Yo,
But
Dan, have I been recording with an undercover cop this whole time, man? I've told him some illegal things that I've done in my past, bro. I might have fucked up.
yeah, dude, I'm an op, bro. I'm an undercover.
Ah,
Yeah,
'cause with
I,
the
I
feds,
knew
they
from
knew
day
it.
one. But I mean, okay, let's say this. Let's say like in the because like obviously some laws have changed. Like, let's say that law changes. It's like, do you think Disney Plus could like offer something an amount that's so ridiculous that Netflix or Hulu just would be crazy to refuse? You know what I mean? Like billions and billions of dollars, because like obviously Disney can't afford that shit when they all the shit they own. You know what I mean?
I mean, who's worth more? You know, is it Disney or is it Netflix? How much is Netflix worth, and how much is I don't know. Like I don't
I
know
feel
the
like Disney's
stats.
got to be worth more with all the stuff they own, bro. Maybe we can look it up right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
All right.
Dude, I mean, that's big money there. And I mean, like, if someone offers you even just $1 billion for something, $1
Yeah.
billion, you are set for life. You are set.
Disney's worth
for life.
181 billion.
Oh, I see. I'm seeing 202.2 billion.
Okay.
Disney, give me some fucking
This is up
money.
because this is of December 31st, 2020. I don't know when it might be.
Well, Disney definitely has Netflix beat by like 60 billion.
What's Netflix at? Hold on.
146.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
So then
So I mean, dude, okay, like, what if they offer them like, I mean, I do okay, because like Disney they own Adult Swim, they own Marvel, so like literally anything that anyone wants to watch, any Marvel shit, it all goes to Disney Plus. That's so many fucking nerds and viewers like myself all going to Disney Plus. So it's like then you start adding like all the TV shows, all the sitcoms, all the dramas, all the other like action movies and comedy films. It's like, dude, like, and let's say it's like, hey, we're gonna offer you like $100 billion. Like, I mean, I know they're worth more, but it's like they don't have like $146 billion sitting there with them right now.
No, of course.
So it's
not,
like
right?
if you got offer 100 billion, dude, like that's insanely. You'd be crazy to turn that shit down.
Yeah, that's the number I was gonna say actually. Like anything 100 or more, like yeah,
You'd be
seriously.
wild.
Who's saying no to that?
Exactly. Like,
Find
dude,
them. Bring them to me.
yeah, for real. Like I agree with what you said, Dan. $100 billion, you're set for life. Like you could literally have pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I guess for me, dude, I'm so simple. Like if I got my phone, a crib, and a car, I'm really already good. So it's like $1 billion. I have all that to spend on everything else. It's like, bro, I could literally just fucking go party the rest of my entire life and still have plenty of money.
Man, it's not even just that. Even with $1 billion, now you'd have to do some budgeting. You know, you buy Bugattis and stuff. Your money's gonna go fast. But like
Right.
a smartly managed billion,
you
you are
invest it.
set for life.
But you
Your
invest.
family is set for life.
Yeah.
Your kids are probably gonna be set for life unless they like blow it all. Which, well,
Yeah.
Right. But even if they inherit like a couple million, like you can still live a very easily like privileged
Yeah.
life.
Oh yeah.
Like no question. Like if you gave me like let's say like okay like yo at like 18 years old, I'm gonna give you like $3 million. Like dude, if you were very smart and didn't want to blow it all away, you could easily make that last the rest of your life with no problem.
I think I could stretch 1 million. If
Hmm.
I got $1 million right now, hey, you don't get any more than this.
Right.
This is the money you get. I think I could ride with that. I
It's just
live
like
pretty
I
humble.
threw 3 million in there because it's like 3 million. You can still go out and have fun and do some stuff you like
Right.
to
Oh
do.
yeah.
With $1 million, you kind of got to be like pretty much set. Like, okay, all I can really do is just buy groceries every week.
Right.
But I will say this. Okay, before we sign off, I wanted to ask this one more question. Uh, Dan, what would you say you like more, bro? Movies or TV shows?
Ah, definitely TV.
So, what is the GOAT TV show in your opinion? This is a very important question.
I mean, the the easiest one I think of is definitely Breaking Bad.
Eh,
I love it because Breaking Bad feel like it's a series, obviously, but it feels like a bunch of little movies that are
mhm.
all connected.
I
I
mean,
love it.
I just told Jack, I just finished the first season of Breaking Bad, and I see why he loves that show so much, dude. Like
Yeah,
literally
man. Oh,
seeing
you're
him
in
get
for a ride.
seeing him get cancer in the first season, and then literally like he starts to lose all of his fucking hair, and like this two guys just cook meth together. Like it's a wild ass show. It really is.
Yeah, dude.
It it's like the thing is that since like I just recently started getting into dramas like less than a year ago, so it's like I'm still exploring a lot of the other stuff. But no, yeah, it's a special kind of show. Like I literally like fucking just finished the first season of Stranger Things and Game of Thrones, so it's like I'm kind of in the middle of all three of those right now. But as far as like other shows, bro, like I said this before, like if we're counting these, like I still think about like all the fucking episodes of like South Park I've seen and like all the episodes of Family Guy.
South
Like,
Park. South Park is my favorite comedy by far.
is
My
it?
favorite comedy show is definitely without a
Like by
doubt.
far.
Yeah, I have hurt myself laughing at South Park jokes.
I mean, hey, I feel you, dude, 100%.
Even in today's climate, even in today's
Yeah.
climate, they don't care. They will say anything, and I
And
love it.
dude, like, so that's the thing though, Dan. Like, it's so we talked about this before, man. Like, it's so important for comedy to have a show like that that just has like absolutely no boundaries. Like, you know
For
what I mean?
real.
Like, they'll touch any like race or any like religion or like anything that's like sexist at all. Like, you know,
Yeah.
but like. I don't know, man. I love it, and like clearly they do good because they've literally won several Emmys and they've been on for fucking 26 seasons. So it's
Yeah,
like,
dude. And especially if you actually watch the episodes. I mean, it'd be very easy for someone to go to South Park and take some of these more offensive jokes out of context, but usually like the conclusion of the episode usually leads to like a wholesome resolution on these
right?
issues, right? It's not like, "Oh, we're just gonna make some out-of-pocket jokes and
Yes,
bash these
absolutely,
people." Like, no, there's usually a message as well, which
right.
I can super appreciate.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, yo, just I literally just cried laughing from the stuff that like Cartman says, and like there's just literally like, shut up, Kyle, and like I'm not fat, I'm big boned. Like the stuff that he said, bro, and the shit that comes out of his mouth is fucking like is just like absolutely ridiculous. Like, and I think that's why like that show is so liked because he's that one character who just does not give any fucks at all. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you
dude.
know what I
I
mean?
mean, like, there's an episode where, I mean, he adorns the outfit and, appearance of, Adolf Hitler and
Right.
Oh, God.
does impersonations of him, right? Like, he is definitely just the character in that show that,
Yeah, because like he loves. That's the
delivers
thing is
all
he
that.
loves to make fun of Jews.
Yeah, exactly, ragging on Kyle for being Jewish.
Oh,
It's so bad, but I mean, like, in that context of, this silly little
yes,
comedy show that originally was edited with, like, pieces of construction paper or
bro,
animated,
it's
I
so
guess.
wild.
I
Like
know, right?
it's like here's the thing. Like pretty much every first season of any show I've ever watched the animation or just even like the live acting is kind of just like eh. And then when you really start to like go more into later seasons, it gets much and much better.
Well, yeah,
And I
they start
think
getting a budget, right?
yeah, a budget, and also like it's literally just like even if you do have a big budget, they're kind of just like, yo, this whole thing is like new, and we're like we don't know how it's gonna react. So it's like literally for the first season of fucking Family Guy, the animation was awful. It was horrible. But then literally
Yeah.
like season 8 and 9, the animation is like some of the best you'll ever see in a cartoon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
It's
no,
very clean, you know.
yeah,
A lot of anime series are really notorious for like if you pause on a specific frame, like it'll just be terrible.
ridiculous.
Probably almost any anime you can think of will suffer from this. But like in terms of animation, that's not something I would say about Family Guy in its later seasons. It's very clean and well put together.
Mm-hmm. Like, dude, that's why literally, like, I think like South Park is able to get away with so many things they have. Like, they have people like, since it's all cartoons, they can have people like get beaten to death, like lose their arms, like lose their legs, because it's just like so not real looking. Like, yo, Canadians, like we talked before, Canadians, bro, the heads aren't even attached. Like, like the head just floats in the air. Like,
I love South Park's interpretation
oh
of
my
Canada.
god,
Even
bro.
as
Have
a
you guys ever played
Canadian.
The Stick of Truth?
I mean, he knows it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, the Canada level in Stick of Truth is actually my favorite. How it goes to like a primitive, like 8-bit RPG. I cried on the floor laughing.
What was that? The stick of what?
Those are great
The Stick of
games.
Truth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Really
stick
good
of truth,
game.
bro. Yeah, that. And like I love how it's like literally how you can like choose what like kind of character you want to be, and it's like literally when you choose different character, Cartman will give like his response on what kind of character you want to be. He'll be like, "Oh, you're this? Huh? I guess we never actually will be friends." Like, man, dude, yeah, bro, fucking legend show, straight up. But anyway, guys, we're gonna end that there. As always, this hour always flies by. But
Right.
yo, we love you guys, man. Yo, definitely go follow Greasy Dan on Twitch, man. Yo, his Twitch is greasy_Dan. Go give him a follow, bro. Yo, thank you
Don't
for
forget
coming
the other
on, man.
underscore.
What,
Oh,
other
the
underscore
after Dan.
Yeah.
what's
Okay, so
your
greasy_Dan_.
what's your
Yes,
pod as well?
thank you. Greasy Heaven in all caps. It
Nice.
should come up if you just do Greasy Heaven in all caps. And there's a silly little picture with the Keck W emote. If anyone knows that, you can look
Oh
for
yeah.
that.
We'll plug it into the comment not comment the what do you even call it, the fucking not the comment section but the
The description.
description. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I just lost the word for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, hey, thank you, man, and thank you for having me as well. I'm stoked.
no,
Stoked
it's
to
Pleasure.
be here
always a
again.
pleasure.
Yeah.
The conversation literally always flows so perfectly.
For real.
But yo, we love you guys, and yo, we will of course see you, man, in the next one.